The federal budget has been released, and while the $24.5 billion on infrastructure spending has been very welcomed by the infrastructure industry, the next challenge is the task of getting on with a job with building these projects. And that presents some things to consider for project leaders in this space around the hidden challenges and the hidden costs associated with the way that these infrastructure projects have been approved and gained acceptance. It's critical that project leaders engage stakeholders before any sods are turned, before any homes are resumed, before any foundations are laid. Consider engaging stakeholders at every stage carefully throughout the life cycle. With this being the last budget before the next federal election, many of the projects have been approved and have great support from stakeholders. But there is a percentage within the field across the nation of infrastructure projects where there is still some credibility and some trust to be built in relation to the projects. As is the case with many infrastructure projects, beliefs, opinions, and attitudes towards the projects that you will take on in the future can change. Gaining your social license to operate is imperative. Building the trust and gaining support of your stakeholders is critical to the success of the projects that you will take on. Gaining and maintaining this social license to operate your projects is complex. Project benefits need to be persuasively communicated, stakeholder relationships need to be shaped, nurtured, and strengthened, and you as project leaders need to take ownership of it all. Your social license to operate is not static and will vary depending on changing issues influencing your stakeholders. So while the initial focus after the budget has been about stakeholder acceptance and reinforcing the legitimacy of projects in this phase, there needs to be a longer-term view around acceptance and maintaining that acceptance when project leaders such as yourself take the reins. It's this longer-term view about building trust and maintaining social license with your stakeholders, which is so important for you as a project leader and the team that you lead being able to deliver the projects that are in front of you. Gaining a license to operate requires timely, considered, and consistent engagement. One approach you can adopt is the Struber methodology of engagement. You need to see your stakeholders. You need to treat them with respect. You need to reach out to them. You need to understand their wants and needs. You need to be approachable and available. You need to engage like it matters because it does. And lastly, repeat. Think differently who helps you engage your stakeholders on your most important projects.